Monster Blood. Let's shine some light on this. Well, more like color, I guess. Monster Blood, color of my walls. What is exactly that apparently is cold sometimes, apparently it's hot sometimes. You can bounce it around the room like a ball, and if you eat it, you'll grow, and grow, and grow. It's also alive, it's pulsing, and it's got a mind of its own. Monster Blood. What do you guys think of Monster Blood? Do you guys think it's one of the best Goosebumps books / episodes ever came up with? Mr. Graham, he's going to see the new Disney Christopher Robin in theaters tonight. Hope you enjoy it. I'm going to see that with my fiance. El Manuel, hey. I can't stay long, going to get some food at Arby's. You need to bring me back something from Arby's too. Monster Blood. What I like about Monster Blood. I like the characters. I like the friendship between the characters. How they develop through. In the book, I love how the connection that the kid and his aunt reconnect. I really like that. But most importantly, what I like about Monster Blood is just the simple fact that it's chilly, like gives you goosebumps when you read it. It is scary to some extent, but I think my favorite part about it is the fact that it continues to grow and it can consume everything in its path. I feel like beyond the first book, there's more to this Monster Blood than just what we have here thus far. And if you don't know too much about Monster Blood, there's actually quite a few remakes and sequels to it. We have Monster Blood 2. We have Monster Blood 3. Monster Blood 4, which is the final of the original Monster Blood series. We have the remastered of the first one, which they actually gave Monster Blood a face. And then you have the Horrorland story, Monster Blood for Breakfast. But today we're going to be focusing mostly on the original first book. What I don't like about Monster Blood. What I didn't quite like about Monster Blood is the simple fact that I didn't feel like the Monster Blood was that scary. It turns out, and you know, if it spoils it for you guys, I apologize. But the episode's been out for years, book's been available for years. But if I do spoil it for you guys, I do apologize. But what I don't like about it is the fact that just some witch was messing with dark magic and had created this substance. So, yeah, I was picturing Monster Blood straight from an actual monster, some kind of wicked monster that's so evil and so powerful that his blood itself is a danger, is a monster of its own. So I was kind of a little let down that it was just a simple spell that had done it. But another thing that I quite didn't like, mostly in the episode, was the fact that I didn't quite care for the relationship between even in it to really give me that feeling towards her. And honestly, I do love the book a lot better than I do the episode. So if you guys have seen the episode and actually like it, I would highly recommend you read the book, because the book is way better in my own personal opinion. Let It With No Face. Monster is kind of like a symbiote in a way, because it has a mind of its own. That is true. It's like an alien symbiote of itself. Nice one, Graham. Never mind going to the drive-thru, so stay with you. Nice. So you're catching Goosebumps live on the go. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, Monster Blood. What did you guys like and dislike about Monster Blood? Come a little closer. I can't even see you guys. Did you guys like the episode? What do you guys feel about the characters? The main character, I felt like he was a pretty good character for R.L. Stine to create. I've read some of the books and seen some of the episodes, and the characters really just, the dialogue of them aren't very good. It's just kind of like watery. I guess that's a typical word for it, is watery, where I don't really feel nothing for the character. It's just there. Um, but honestly, I really like Evan. He's one of the really cool kids that R.L. Stine has actually came up with. I'll see you, Graham. Take care, buddy. I hope you come back and watch the full video later. Are you ready for the fair? I guess. But I also liked Andy. Like I said, their friendship is amazing. I really like how they met, and they really were kind of losers, and they just kind of clung together. And I like how they stuck together through the whole thing. I do wish that they would have included the bullies in the actual episode, but I can see where they wouldn't want to hire that many people for the episode. But one of my favorite characters is Trigger, because I used to own a dog that looked just like Trigger. So every time I watch it, it kind of makes me sad because they're done long past. But I absolutely loved Trigger in there. Trigger is actually a really badass name for a dog. Like, if I get another dog, I might actually name it Trigger, based on this, because I really did like the name of the dog. And there's so many like animals in Goosebumps episodes, mostly dogs. So Trigger is one of my favorite dog animal like characters from Goosebumps. I should do like a top 10 animals in Goosebumps. But now, one of the biggest differences between book and episode is in the episode, there's a room in his aunt's house that's like forbidden for them to go in, and that's where the monster blood is in a jar. Sorry, there's a gnat that's wanting to commit suicide, so one of these days I'll get its ass. But in the book, they actually buy the monster blood from a rundown magic shop, so yeah. But still, it's kind of cool. I love the idea of Monster Blood. I think it's one of my favorite Goosebumps books. It always has been ever since I was younger. I've always loved the Monster Blood episode. And I've got some trivia for you guys. Some little fun facts. Oh, I accidentally left this up here. Oops, my bad. If you don't know who that is, that's Sabrina in the episode. She's the witch that created the monster blood. I think she's fine as hell, but that's my own personal opinion. Well, let's bring this back up here. Monster Blood. The book was introduced to the world July of 1992. I was 2 years old when this book was released. And the episode aired for the first time on TV November 16th, 1996. So it was a late episode, almost the end of the year, December coming along. So interesting fact for that. Also, here's a cool fact about Monster Blood, which you probably know because of the other books, but where I haven't read any of the other Monster Blood books, I don't really know this. But apparently Monster Blood has multiple forms. There's one that they refer to it as a purple peanut butter, which has the opposite effect as Monster Blood. It actually, whenever someone eats this one, instead of growing gargantuan, I can't even speak today, it actually shrinks the consumer instead of enlarging him/her. Let's be professional. Professional? I'm just gonna quit. Chucky, you want to take over? Um, it gets its name because the collar is purple, obviously, and it smells like peanut butter, apparently. So then we got blue monster blood, which multiplies whenever it is in contact with water. So whenever this monster blood, this blue monster blood, drops in water, just multiplies like rabbits, like Levi does. But if you consume it, it also multiplies you, and it makes you a lot meaner. Then they got a 12-hour trial version, which was introduced in the Monster Blood for Breakfast, which is actually a watered-down, quote-unquote, version of the original. So basically, it's like the original Monster Blood, but it barely does, like, the full effects, and it kind of wears off after a while. So weird that they made it. I guess the witch was like practicing that first, and then it was like, okay, I know what to do now. Then they have the oddball one called Vampirism Goo, aka the vampire in the can. Basically, it's red monster blood, and when you eat it, it basically turns you into a vampire. It has no relationship to Monster Blood. It's not related to the actual Monster Blood, but it works basically the exact same as the Monster Blood. We had Kyle Lavine as Evan Ross. We had Sarah Podemski as Andy. Corinne Conley as his Aunt Catherine, which, by the way, is another difference in the book and episode. Catherine in the episode was not deaf. In the book, she was deaf. Like, he said, "Help! Monster Blood is eating everything!" And she's just sitting there like, "What? What did you say?" But in the actual episode, she just played music so damn loud, her damn opera, La Sophie, the sun is finally shine, that she was like completely deaf because she's playing this loud ass music. And then we have the gorgeous, which I personally thought at the time was gorgeous, Joy Tanner as Sarah Beth. Another big difference in the book and episode. It says that Sarah Beth in the book has flaming red hair, is chubby, and is completely cruel. And then they have her in the episode, which I'm all like, put a spell on me, make my blood turn to monster blood. Actually, there is really no trivia. I was highly disappointed that there was no fun facts about the actual episode. But I did uncover a fun fact. The sequel in the episodes of Goosebumps, and I pointed to my TV because I have Netflix up. The sequel, you dirty little bastard, I'm going to kill you in a second. The sequel is, it's like as bad as Levi, he's like floating around. But the sequel was actually called More Monster Blood. It wasn't anything to do with like Monster Blood 2. So here, all this time, I was thinking that More Monster Blood on there was actually Monster Blood 2, and that it all took place in an airplane. Actually, none of that happens in any of the books. The actual episode, More Monster Blood, is basically like a fan-made episode that R.L. Stine had done. Basically, he gave the thumbs up for them to do whatever they want with the sequel on that. So they called it More Monster Blood. Actually, it was supposed to be called Flight Monster Blood, but literally within a matter of minutes before airing the episode, they're like, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right. So they changed it to More Monster Blood. But another fun fact of More Monster Blood, there's a scene where this guy dies from the monster blood, or is consumed by the monster blood. Nobody really dies in that, but it has all that's left is his pair of broken glasses just kind of chilling there with the monster blood around it. This was an actual reference to the actual book cover of the glasses, the broken glasses surrounded in the monster blood. So I thought that that was really interesting, so I added that to the pile. But yeah, there's only one other thing of Goosebumps that is not related to any books of Goosebumps, and that was the More Monster Blood and the trilogy called Chillology, which is actually one of my absolute favorite Goosebumps episodes ever, the 3 Chillology episodes. So, absolutely has nothing to do with any of the books, nothing like that. So I thought that that was kind of interesting. And once again, I do not have any questions. I couldn't find any questions for the trivia part of Monster Blood. Profound Foolish the Mime, thank you for joining. And Mr. Mortman, what's up? Never seen you live before. Cool. Yeah, I do live stuff from time to time. Wednesdays, I try to do horror vlogs live where I talk about anything horror. And Fridays, I've been doing a whole Goosebumps thing. So if you like Goosebumps, then you'll like the Goosebumps live. So far, I've had 2 episodes. The Welcome to Dead House and Stay Out of the Basement. I'm going in order of how the books are. And today's episode is obviously about Monster Blood. So if you guys have any favorite parts of Monster Blood, why you like Monster Blood, or why you don't like Monster Blood, please let me know. Love your vids, man. So glad. This little gnat is wanting me to rip it in half, and then I'm going to shit on one half and pee on the other half. Then I'm going to put that gnat back together, just so I can smash it again. That's a little extreme. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry you guys had to see the dark side of me. Love your videos, man. So glad you're a fan of Edward Lorne. Love that guy. Yeah, I've been watching his videos from time or two, and I'm just so glad that he is gaining so much success. You both are awesome. Well, I appreciate that. I collect Goosebumps. Been collecting since around 10 or so. Yeah, Goosebumps has always been a big part of my life. Just last year, I actually got to meet R.L. Stine. I do have a video of that somewhere in the lineup of all my videos. But, yeah, I haven't read the books, really, so I'm actually trying to read the books now. I have read... Ooh, excuse me. I have read this one, and I'm currently... As soon as I finish the book that I'm currently reading now, I'm going to start... the Girl Who Cried Monster. So you'll be seeing a professional review of that soon. But that's pretty much all I have for Monster Blood. If you guys want to create your own questions, like trivia questions for other people to answer, you could do that in the comment section below. But that is completely up to you guys. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little episode. I'd have to say Monster Blood was one of the very first episodes I've ever watched of Goosebumps. Well, no, not really. It came out in November, so I guess it wasn't one of the first ones I've watched. But it was just one of the first ones I remember that I really loved. So I can't wait to read like the sequels to it, Monster Blood 2, 3, and 4. I'm guessing 4 is where they introduce the whole purple peanut butter one, because there's all the purple little slime creatures going on there. But yeah, I can't wait to just read more Goosebumps and get into it a lot deeper. But yeah, feel free to comment below. Let me know what you like about Monster Blood, what you think of the characters, whether you think the girl that played Sabrina is fine as can be in the episode. And as always, please subscribe for more awesome videos, guys. And I appreciate all the kind words. I have been feeling kind of down here lately about my channel, about my videos. And I just really want to entertain you guys and just talk about the stuff that I really love and we all have a thing in common of. So Hope you guys enjoyed that episode. I think the next episode is going to be the Say Cheese and Die one. Oh wait, that's Say Cheese and Die again. My bad. But I'm going in order, so whatever the next book is after Monster Blood will be the next episode, which will be this coming Friday. So, thank you guys for watching. I'm C3KO Trinity, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces. That was a big fail. I clicked the wrong one.